1, a 2, a 3, a 4, Fuck. Sloppy blues. It's time for a bit of slop. Bit of slop today. I've been practicing some blues, but using the intervals. Welcome to episode 3 of Tom's guitar journey. We've been delving deep into fretboard visualization. And I've been applying it to the blues, man, because it's interesting because you got like the major, the minor. And if you're using intervals and visualizing the fretboard, it helps navigate that major minor in a completely new way. That obviously I'm not quite there yet, but I think once I get it, it's going to unlock a lot more doors than trying to just like switch pentatonic shapes, which is cool. So a quick example, right? So I'm going like, I'm minor, yeah? I'm a minor guy. So I've got like my root note, and I'm going flat 3, because that's the minor. Flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, 1. Rather than focusing on the pentatonic shape, which is just like, right? I'm just focusing on those intervals. Which obviously all happen to fit into the pentatonics, right? Like, same thing. Just seeing it in a different way. I don't know anything about coding, but I kind of see it like this. Imagine you're a coder, and there's like kind of blocks of code that you don't understand, but you kind of know what they do. So you're like, oh, I need to write a new software, so I'm going to use like this block of code and this block of code and this block of code. And I kind of know that putting all these blocks together is going to make the software. But if you were like a super advanced coder and you knew all of the like the details, like the matrix within those blocks, then you'd be able to manipulate and put all those blocks together much easier, right? So I kind of see it like that. So you got like the pentatonic shapes is like a big block of code that you don't really understand within itself, but you're just kind of like, oh no, if I play this block of code, and I've got some licks in there as well that I sort of know. So I'm like, right, that's just a block of code, yeah? But if you know the intervals and you're like, I know this is a 1, this is a flat 3, this is a 5, this is a... Then you're like knowing all of the code within the pentatonics, yeah? And you know all of them tracing back to the root note, as I was talking about the other week. So that's been cool. Back to the major minor thing, yeah? All I do, instead of like thinking about, oh, I have to switch this pentatonic shape, I'm just like, minor was flat 3, major's normal 3. The 4 and the 5 are the same. So minor, flat 3, 4, 5, major 3, 4, 5. Major is major like 7, 1. Minor is flat 7, 1. So all I need to do is just switch those specific notes. So I'll go like minor lick, play the chord again, then major lick. I mean, no one really plays. I noticed no one really plays the normal 7 in blues, like on the major scale. I think it sounds quite cool though. Makes it really melodic. So you can see I'm kind of like slop. It's absolute slop still. I'm working on getting this clean. I'm imagining I can play all this stuff, but clean. And I know that's like rhythm. I need to work on the rhythm of it quite a lot and just the precision. But I've got like a lot of ideas now, and I'm sort of like able to play them sloppily. which is great progress. It's really cool. And like, just to give you guys context, I did an hour of practice every day this week. And the thing I was practicing was mainly the minor arpeggios, but like from an intervals point of view. So I was just going 1, flat 3, 5, flat 7, 1, flat 3, 5, flat 7, 1, flat 3, 5, and then like 5, flat 3, 1, flat 7. Noodling is the enemy for me right now. I noodle on these things to like show my progress each week, but I'm generally like not doing this that much. I'm mainly doing really boring exercises, which is like a brain workout. It's like 1 to flat 3, right? Remembering this and then being like, okay, where's the octave? Okay, then it's that octave to flat 3. So like building that connection in my brain. This is all Tom Quayle stuff, by the way. I'm learning from his course and his app that I mentioned before. Then it's like the 5, right? The forward facing interval, 1 to 5, 1 to 5, and then backwards, 1 to 5, 1 to 5. I'm just doing that, but I've been doing minor arpeggios, so like in all these different positions. I don't know if you've ever been surfing. I went through a period of really trying to learn to surf. I'm still quite shit. But the thing about surfing that gets everyone addicted is it's so boring because you're just like 95% of your time is just paddling, and it's exhausting and it's a workout. And then you catch one wave and it lasts, like 20 seconds, and you're like, this was all worth it. That was the best feeling in the world. And you're standing on your board and you can see the sunset, and you're turning and it's connecting and everything feels good, and you're like, okay, I'm going to paddle for like a whole another hour and a half just to do that again. At least for beginners, right? So when we're learning guitar, it's like all this stuff is boring. Like, I'm not having fun doing this. But that's what I'm doing. But then when you make a connection in your mind and suddenly like the fretboard lights up, even temporarily, and you're like, whoa, I can see that flat 3 links to this one, but it also links to this one, and that's why it fits into this pentatonic shape, and there's the minor, and you're like, and then you play a lick that you just improvise, and it like comes alive, and you're like, okay. Like, I did all of that work just to get that one connection, and now I'm stoked. I'm super motivated to like do more of that, right? It's kind of like surfing in this way. So I'm not noodling. I'm not spending time enjoying myself. This is an hour of like brain workout. This is like when you feel it's like a bodybuilder and they're like, oh, I'm feeling my muscles. I'm feeling the pump. I'm feeling my muscles growing. I'm literally like, my brain's tired. I'm like feeling my brain getting smarter, like building connections. All right. So with all that said, here is my current ability at improvising the blues, going from major to minor, mainly thinking about intervals to document this for my future self. And this is playing in like a chord, then a lick, then a chord, then a lick. Man, it's so annoying. Like I like just when I want to get into it and I want to like play something, I want to rip. My fingers just don't do it. I just like lose where I am, and I'm like, it's so frustrating. I'm like always pissed at how these last improvisation sessions turn out, but that's what it is, right? Like that's the process. So one day I will be able to do that. I'm like affirming to myself right now. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next week. I'm going to do an hour of practice every day working on intervals again, and I'll speak to you very soon. Bye.